The following is a paid presentation for the Casting Couch, brought to you by APAC, the African American Performing Arts Community Theater.
Hi, I'm Achille Chandler, your announcer for the Casting Couch. On today's show, we will discuss the state of unemployment in South Florida with the author of the book, How to Get Hired in 15 Minutes or Less, Kennedy Achilles. Stay tuned.
The Casting Couch is sponsored by APAC, building better communities through theater. Trio on the Bay, where you dine, drink, and dance. And UTV, the genuine urban voice. APAC completes its 2012 season with Amir Baraka's The Dutchman, opening September 5th at the African Heritage Culture Arts Center in Miami, Florida. For showtimes and information, call 305-456-0287 or visit apac.com. Come see what you've been missing.
Lights, camera, action. Are you a high school graduate ready to go to the next level? Do you know that jobs in the film industry pay high salaries and are among the fastest growing professions in the nation? Earn while you learn through hands-on experience and paid internship opportunities. Urban Television School of Communication and Broadcasting is offering a certificate program in film production. For enrollment information, contact Penny Emanuel 305-907-9421 or 786-718-7076.
Trio on the Bay, Miami's newest waterfront restaurant, voted as the best outdoor dining by My City Eats. Trio on the Bay serves delectable new American cuisine and is located at 1601 79th Street Causeway, North Bay Village. For reservations, call 305-866-1234 or visit us at the web at trioonthebay.com. Trio on the Bay, where you dine, drink, and dance. Welcome to the Casting Couch. I'm your host, Keith Harrell, and as you can see, we're here in beautiful SoFlo, as the music said, South Florida. And we're enjoying ourselves right here at Trio on the Bay in North Bay Village. Today's show is going to be an informative show about unemployment, and no better other person to do that than my guest that's coming up. He started his literary career several years ago, and he has been on blast. We're doing such books as Large Leadership, Greek Life, and now his new book, How to Get Hired in 15 Minutes or Less. So we're going to talk about these issues, and I hope that you will pay attention to it, because it possibly could help you or somebody in your family. On the couch today, author Kennedy Achilles. How you doing, my brother?
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me. All right, it's good to see you again.
Man, it is beautiful, man. Beautiful. You loving this weather?
I'm loving it. That's why we live down here.
If you're not in South Florida, you need to get here. You need to get here.
Absolutely.
You need to get here. And that's one of the problems that we possibly have, because a lot of people love the weather.
Right.
And they come here.
They don't want to work.
But they don't want to work. Or they come here and they like, oh, I just can find a job, and it's not that easy.
No, it's not, especially with this diverse population. For example, we have individuals who come from the Midwest, per se, where you have a lot of cold weather, mostly year-round, if not for the most part of it, and then come to South Florida. This is that diverse population you're talking about. You can represent any culture in the world right here in South Florida.
Right.
And that's actually one of the things that a lot of people don't pay attention to when it comes to jobs. Do you know how to speak to this particular culture from this country? We have Indian, we have African, we have European, all here. However, in the Midwest areas, you may not have that. It's just literally black or white.
Right.
Whereas down here, we have this Scandinavian feel to it. We have this Latino touch to it, the Caribbean touch to it. So you have to be well-rounded. And I've actually had many clients who had difficulties trying to find positions because they came from areas that were not well cultured.
Really?
So it's a benefit living down here. Anyone who lives in South Florida area and is considered relocating, they're going to have the upper hand.
Right.
They're going to have the upper hand saying, hey, listen, I know cultural diversity. I know how to speak to these types of people. I've been exposed here. I've been exposed there. I lived in South Florida. This is Miami. Every culture in the world is right here in South Florida.
Now, your book.
Yes.
And it's a bestseller.
Yes.
You can pick it up, Barnes & Noble,
Amazon, Kindle, sure.
all the places. So if you're not hired and you're looking to be employed, this is a book that you might want to check out. Now, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, as a professor of psychology and academic success, my students are always asking me about employment. How is this degree going to work out for me? So I started implementing resume components inside of my curriculum. Next thing you know, it just became so heavy. I had all this knowledge and students were really benefiting from it. I decided to just go ahead and put it in a book.
Wow.
And I realized that other people besides my students, they needed this information as well. That's pretty much what inspired me. And the book has been a blessing. The book has turned into its own business. I now have a career service company where I do resumes for literally just about anyone.
Wow.
And as soon as the book launched, I've been very busy knocking out resumes.
Now, you told me about a story where you did a little traffic violation, and you was pulled over by an agency. We ain't gonna say what agency. But you was pulled over by an agency. Tell the folks out there about that and how you was able to get out of it. Now, I'm telling folks, don't you try this at home, okay? This only works for someone who knows how to do this.
Oh, wow. Okay, what happened was I was doing a resume workshop. I was actually the facilitator for it, and I had a set of books with me. And on my way from the workshop, I was heading to a location. I was speeding, and I got pulled over. And this cop came up and said, where are you coming from? So I just came from doing a resume workshop. Sorry for speeding. He said, resume workshop. He says, you do resumes? I said, man, not only do I do resumes, I wrote the book on it. He's like, really, show me. So I pulled the book out, and I showed him. He was like, so you do resumes? I was like, yeah, I do resumes for cops, lawyers, doctors, whatever. He's like, think you can do my resume? I said, what about my ticket? He said, what ticket? So I knocked out his resume, and I won't mention the law enforcement agency.
No, we won't mention that. We're not going to mention that bribery.
But it was pretty cool the way it happened. And I tell you, it has happened many times before where I had to have my books in my possession. People don't believe you. It's this misconception, oh, you're an author, but authors aren't real people. Authors aren't everyday type people.
They think about Stephen King and all that.
Right. And then George Lucas, which is great and all, but that's an encouragement in itself that, hey, if you're decided to become an author or an inspiring author, do it. You're just as much as George Lucas or Stephen King or Grisham. You're just as important. So it was a cool story.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. The cop was like,
now, you know what's going to happen. We're going to have an influx of people trying to get out. I'm an author. Yeah,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay? Ticket of clicking money. Anyway.
Yeah.
Do not do it. But that is incredible. But that shows the need for this. Because a lot of people need help with employment, even when they are employed.
Right.
Just staying fluid with it and keeping yourself updated, because at any time somebody can ask, hey, you got a resume? Hey, you got a card? Hey, and you got to be ready to say, yes, I do.
Any point in time. Just like the police officer in question, you would think he wouldn't need a resume. He has a job. Come to find out that there may be some things going on in the department that may concern him.
Right.
Whether they're laying him off or he's looking to get elevated to a new position or maybe go federal. Whatever the case is, people are scared today. People are really scared and they think they can do their own resumes. And I encourage you, listen, don't try to do your own resume.
Right.
Don't download any of these templates. If you need a resume done, just like going to the doctor, seek a professional. Don't try to do it yourself.
That is an awesome way to look at it.
It's worth it.
Go to the professional.
Go to the professional. Don't try to do it yourself.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I tell you what, you can hang out with us for a little bit?
Absolutely.
Cool. Now listen, when we come back, I want to talk to the author about some of his upcoming projects.
Sure.
Also, want to talk a little bit about what some of the statistics as far as unemployment is concerned and how we can help folks along with your book.
Absolutely.
So we'll be back in 2 and 2. This is the Casting Couch.
Great.
APAC completes its 2012 season with Amir Baraka's The Dutchman, opening September 5th at the African Heritage Culture Arts Center in Miami, Florida. For showtimes and information, call 305-456-0287 or visit apac.com. Come see what you've been missing.
Lights, camera, action. Are you a high school graduate ready to go to the next level? Do you know that jobs in the film industry pay high salaries and are among the fastest growing professions in the nation? Earn while you learn through hands-on experience and paid internship opportunities. Urban Television School of Communication and Broadcasting is offering a certificate program in film production. For enrollment information, contact Penny Emanuel 305-907-9421 or 786-718-7076.
Tree on the Bay, Miami's newest waterfront restaurant, voted as the best outdoor dining by My City Eats. Tree on the Bay serves delectable new American cuisine and is located at 1601 79th Street Causeway, North Bay Village. For reservations, call 305-866-1234 or visit us at the web at treeonthebay.com. Tree on the Bay, where you dine, drink, and dance. And we're back. We are back in the Casting Couch. And of course, we have on our couch author Kennedy Achilles. And we're talking about issues dealing with unemployment. But before we get started with that, I just want to let everybody see what we see out here. This is beautiful. This is South Florida. This is Trio, where you dine, drink, and you dance. So whenever people come to South Florida to come and sit on the couch, they come here to party. This is an absolutely fabulous place. But Arthur Kennedy Achilles, let's get more into this whole unemployment thing. What are some of the staggering numbers here in South Florida that we're seeing and across the country that we're seeing?
Well, I'll tell you, the majority of resumes that come across my desk, I can give you 99%. 99% of the resumes that come across on my desk are not qualified for a position.
Wow.
99% of it. And it's not because of being degreed. It's not because of not having the job experience. It's a combination of a whole bunch of things.
Really?
And when you present that resume, what people don't understand is that recruiter or that individual, they don't know you. I'll give you a story. When I was at a career fair, my company was called in to do a career fair. We set up our table. It was a federal career fair. CIA, FBI, DEA, they were all there. And my table was there to assist those individuals who needed help with their resumes. After the fair, the FBI, DEA, the recruiters they couldn't take it. They couldn't accept what was there.
Wow.
And asked me, hey, listen, can you get in contact with these people and assist them with their resumes? Because we cannot accept them as is.
Right.
And what are one of the things that we're looking for a strong resume that holds a lot of people from not getting hired, or at least not getting the recruiter to even look at the resume? I'll tell you, one is organization. Our society is spoiled.
Break that down for me. The organization for those folks out there that don't know what he's talking about when he starts talking about organization, organizational leadership, those things that employers are looking for.
Sure.
You know, that says a lot about you. So if they see your resume and what you're putting on the resume, let's be honest, it's garbage.
Right. It's
they're going to think you're garbage.
Absolutely.
So
it's a complete
tell the
representation.
folks out there what organization is when you're talking about that.
Case in point, my class, my psychology class, I give 2 final exams. One is 3 hours long, and my students hate to do that one, and the other one is about 20 minutes long. 20 minutes long, I want you to provide a summary of how this class has helped you understand your career choice, your degree choice. The 3-hour exam, they're going flipping back and forth through the psychology book. That's something they don't want to do. Here's the deal I make with them. On the last day of class, if you can present to me a card or a receipt that proves that you're a member of a national organization related to your field, you don't have to take the 3-hour exam.
Wow.
So that means that 99% of my students, no, 100% of my students, all are active members in organizations prior to graduation. That's a huge mistake that many individuals make. After graduation, that's when they start to get involved in, or at least attempt to get involved into their field.
Right.
Here, my students they're 2-3 years ahead of the general population.
That is awesome.
My media production students, case in point, are asking, hey, how can I get more involved in my field? Next thing you know, one of my students becomes a member of AES, the Audio Engineering Society. They're getting literature sent to their homes. They're getting emails. They're getting notifications on the conferences that are going on, handshakes. And I asked my students, so what are the chances that you're applying for a media position? That interviewer is 9 times out of 10 a member of a media organization.
Right.
You just made that instant connection.
Familiarity. Incredible.
Simple things like that will skyrocket your chances.
That is incredible. And that is some good knowledge, because sometimes you got to look at who you know, and it's not always what you know.
No.
You know?
I tell my students it's like a coin. You never seen a one-sided coin. If you've seen a one-sided coin, it has no value. It's what you know infused with who you know that makes you a valuable asset. If you can bring both of those realms to the table, you're not marketable. You are undeniable. Undeniable. That's what we want to teach those individuals who are trying to get employability. Do not approach the situation as marketable. Everyone is marketable.
Right.
You want to be undeniable. That's what you want.
Excellent. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Now, you got a few projects that's coming up. Give us a little taste of them.
One project I have coming up is with Florida Memorial University, right here in the South Florida area.
Flomo?
Flomo, the one and only.
And the So Flow. I love it,
Beautiful
baby.
Florida Memorial. My alum. My alum. I'm a very proud alum. Love the university. I love what they've provided for me as an undergraduate. I collaborated with them, with Vernon Martin, student activities director, with Ms. Bain and Ms. Jackson, with the career services directors. What we're going to do is we're going to host the first annual South Florida resume fair. Not career fair, resume fair. We're asking everyone to bring in your resume. It's completely free.
Wow.
Bring in your resumes. So we're talking about everyone from the Tri-County area. Bring in your resumes. We're going to have resume counselors on hand. We're going to have interviewing counselors on hand, so you can do some actual mock interviewing right there on the spot. Everything is free of charge.
What I see with that's really cool is that you're getting to the foundation. Because people already think, okay, I graduated from college or high school, and I'm ready. I'm ready for a career.
New project coming up that I'm working on is it's a collaboration between Florida Memorial University, the student activities director, Vernon Martin, Ms. Jackson, and Ms. Bain, who are the career service directors. What we've come up with is a resume fair. Not a career fair, but a resume fair. It's one of the first of its kind. We're asking everyone from the Tri-County area, free of charge. Come on in, bring in your resumes. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be professional. Just bring it in. Let the experts give you what information you need as far as what is going to make you undeniable, not marketable.
Right.
We have resume coaches on hand. We have interviewing coaches on hand. The career service directors on hand. So we have all of these valuable resources right here in our own backyard.
And what's unique about that, as I'm thinking about it, you're really keying on the foundation. Yeah, because we have career fairs all the time. But that's just an assumption. That's an assumption that you are ready for a career.
And they're not.
No, they're not. So if you're having, what you're saying, a resume fair, you're starting from the bottom and letting people work their cell phone up.
Absolutely. And you have to come to the table. You have to come to the table with something more valuable than just you. It's like a car. If you can envision a vehicle with nice paint on the outside, there's a lot more to a car than paint on the outside.
Right.
You need AC. You need heat. You need a nice interior. You need radio. you name it, you need a nice engine, whatever the case is, you're bringing something valuable to the table. Bringing a degree, great, we all have degrees, okay? For the most part, you're talking about more than 80% of the population has degrees.
Right.
Question is, what makes you more valuable than anyone else with a degree?
Exactly.
This assumption is made, hey, I graduated, I walk across the stage, where's my job? And it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Especially when you compete.
Oh my goodness. My university alone has, give or take, 1,200 students. Small university. However, FIU, Barry, and the other local university, we're talking about 50,000 students at one university. If 50,000 students are at one university, how many universities are in the Florida area? My goodness, you can go down the list. Over 50 universities alone in Florida.
Right.
You didn't want to compare that to Georgia, California, New York. So our students believe, hey, I don't have any competition. Yes, you do.
Yes.
You have over 6.2 million students studying the same thing you're studying.
And what's going to make you undeniable?
What's going to make you undeniable? What's going to make you stick out versus this individual here?
Well, I tell you what, to get a good start on that, you got to get the book, How to Get Hired in 15 Minutes or Less. Great work, great work.
Absolutely.
So I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a little closing and everything. And I just want you to give some words of encouragement to people out there when we come back.
Awesome.
So in 2 and 2.
APAC completes its 2012 season with Amir Baraka's The Dutchman, opening September 5th at the African Heritage Culture Arts Center in Miami, Florida. For showtimes and information, call 305-456-0287 or visit apac.com. Come see what you've been missing.
Lights, camera, action. Are you a high school graduate ready to go to the next level? Do you know that jobs in the film industry pay high salaries and are among the fastest growing professions in the nation? Earn while you learn through hands-on experience and paid internship opportunities. Urban Television School of Communication and Broadcasting is offering a certificate program in film production. For enrollment information, contact Penny Emanuel 305-907-9421 or 786-718-7076.
Tree on the Bay, Miami newest waterfront restaurant, voted as the best outdoor dining by My City Eats. Tree on the Bay serves delectable new American cuisine and is located at 1601 79th Street Causeway, North Bay Village. For reservations, call 305-866-1234 or visit us at the web at treeonthebay.com. Tree on the Bay, where you dine, drink, and dance.
But we could open the show, and I have the same stage fright on opening night as I have on closing night. Like, it's just, I have the worst. I get really nervous. Like, oh.
Wow, you would never know that. That is incredible. Now, we know that there's an issue that's very important.
Right.
For our audience out there that don't know about it, tell them a little bit about it and maybe how we're working to find it.
Well, yeah, I have lupus. I was diagnosed in 2008. I was sick for quite some time before that, which is very common because it's very hard to diagnose lupus. But we just did the Broward Lupus Walk, and we raised over $2,800 with Team Leela.
Okay.
And I had a great group of friends supporting me, walking with me, and I got such great help and support, a lot from the South Florida actor community. I got a lot of support and from friends.
Right.
And so since lupus affects so many women and so many women of color, whether they be Black, Latino, or Asian, I always, whenever I can, I try to, talk about lupus and raise awareness, because what I find happens is I'll tell somebody that I have lupus and they'll say, I've heard of that, what is that?
Right.
I think everybody's kind of heard of it, but they don't really know what it is, and it's an autoimmune disease where basically your immune system is so strong that it has nothing to do, so it attacks your healthy organs and healthy joints and things like that. It's been very challenging, but I think because I was brought up with very strong faith and a sense of that, I've enabled myself.
And we're finishing up here with author Kennedy Achille, and we was talking about how to get hired in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you for coming on the show and giving us some knowledge. And just a short time you was here, I think the people out there got some information that's going to be very, very valuable. If someone wanted to get in contact with you or anything dealing with your company, where can they go?
Well, I can give you my contact. My contact number is 857-228-8414. Once again, that's 857-228-8414. That's our business line. Feel free to call us anytime.
Okay.
Whether it's free consultation, we'll be more than happy to work with
Sounds good. Sounds good. And I will put those numbers up and also the website and all the rest of that stuff up on my Facebook page. Remember, follow us on Twitter, Casting Couch TV, and also like us on Facebook at Casting Couch TV as well. Hope to see you next week. Again, Godspeed.